Forrest Gump starts as a boy, and then he grows to a man who's someone who grew up in the Deep South. And he's limited, in a way, by having a very low IQ. But he's a very decent man. And that's what he is as a character.
Would you like a chocolate?
Oh, thank you.
I found the book Forrest Gump in 1985. And I fell in love with it. I read the first line. And the first line of the book is, "Being an idiot ain't no box of chocolates."
My mom always said that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
He believes in three things. He believes in God, and he believes in his mama, and he believes in Jenny. And anything other than that has to be filtered through those three things.
I happen to believe you make your own destiny. You have to do the best with what God gave you.
What's my destiny, Mom?
You're going to have to figure that out for yourself.
There's no quest that anybody is on. There's no bad guy. It's just the spirit of Forrest Gump. That's the backbone of the movie.
Try not to do anything stupid, like getting yourself killed.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. College ran by real fast because I played so much football. They even put me on a thing called the All-America team, where you get to meet the President of the United States.
One of the fun things about the movie is that Forrest seems to brush near all these historic people and historic events.
He meets Elvis Presley.
He bumps into George Wallace and
John Lennon and Dick Cavett.
Abby Hoffman, and
He might meet Mao Zedong. We don't know.
and he meets 3 presidents.
Here is some of the original archive footage of John F. Kennedy. And what we have to do is, when this woman crosses in front of John F. Kennedy, we've got to get rid of her and put in Tom Hanks. In this case, Tom Hanks was shot against a blue screen backing, which allowed us to isolate him. And you can see these little white dots here. These were the reference markers, so as they come across, they knew where to put their hands, where to put their eye lines, and we'd be looking at that on a monitor and coaching Tom so that he could get the action to match up.
And
shake, and pause.
Cut.
The thing that we never ever wanted to do in any of this movie was just do that kind of tabloid pastiche version of history. If we were going to invest in the idea of going to Vietnam, we had to do Vietnam right.
I only did Vietnam through Forrest's point of view, so you only saw what he saw.
Where are you boys from in the world?
Alabama, sir.
You twins?
Oh, no. No, we are not relations, sir.
Forrest meets Lieutenant Dan when he arrives at the fire base in the Mekong Delta, where he's stationed in 1967, and I'm his lieutenant.
There's one item of GI gear that can be the difference between a live grunt and a dead grunt. Socks. Cushion sole, OD green.
For some reason, ping pong came very natural to me. I was so good that the Army decided that I should be on the All-America ping pong team. We were the first Americans to visit the land of China in like a million years.
Our job is to create this ball, which is just a computer-generated image, and animate it within the computer so it matches the timings of their strokes. This was a particularly hard shot because we had an extreme scale change here where the ball is going way off into the distance. So we were trying to study Tom's stroke. Well, he's definitely putting topspin on it, so we've got to, make sure that the ball, has this particular bounce. And it looked like Valentino was returning with slice. So we came up with this final product, and it actually works pretty well. It really looks like they're going whole hog on this.
One of the fun things about the movie is that Forrest goes on this adventure and this journey to biolubatry and goes into the shrimping business. There's a scene where Lieutenant Dan and Forrest are caught out in his shrimp boat in a hurricane, and he climbs to the top of this masthead and challenges God to sink this boat. Typically, when you do a hurricane scene, it's usually done inside of soundstage, and they build a fake boat. And we did it all on a real boat on real water, and we did it in one night.
The feather shot is the longest shot I've ever worked on in a film. I think it's the longest effect shot ever done.
And action!
There's no real feather in the shot. We started off shooting the background in the savannah on a crane with a camera. A very elaborately choreographed camera move takes place, and all of the actors, the cars, everything had to be timed just right so the camera was always in the exact spot we wanted it to be. The feather was a blue screen feather with simply a monofilament line on it, with a fan underneath blowing it, and I'm just sort of dancing with it almost, just trying to get some moves. It's a complicated thing. The feather really represents what the whole movie's about. It's like an abstract painting. You know, it can mean so many things to so many different people.
It means destiny is a crapshoot. Was it supposed to happen like that? Or did it just happen like that because that's the way the feather blew?